Now, the final speaker of this session is from Germany, Magomed Toriev. Now, the word is his. I also would like to start off by thanking İMKANDER for organizing this event. They have given us this great opportunity. Here at this platform, we can freely voice our opinions. And of course, we also believe that in the Northern Caucasus a war is being waged as we speak, and the Russian government and international organizations do not recognize this reality. There are certain interventions, certain operations, but this is not a war, they say. But let us raise our voices once again. This is a war, and under the auspices of İMKANDER, there are so many immigrants and so many orphans in Turkey. So how come these orphans are here in Turkey if it is not a full-fledged war that is being experienced in the Caucasus today? Therefore, we should raise our voices, because I believe that we still have not been able to raise our voices to the fullest extent. For a very long time we were bereft of our own history. We could not go into the depths of our history. We lived in a godless country, an atheist country, and our religious convictions were always disrespected. And in the Northern Caucasus, there is a problem of terror today as well. And in Ingushetia, this was first ignited. This terror was first ignited, and within a mere 3 days, 60,000 locals were impacted with a giant army, and in a very short while this army displaced the Muslims living in the region, and many people within this process lost their lives. And we can see examples of this in Chechnya as well. Many people do not know these inconvenient truths. And then there was war in Chechnya. For 2 years it went on, and then there was a ceasefire. But it didn't work, unfortunately. And right now in the Northern Caucasus, people live as subjects of the Russian Federation. These Caucasus peoples and this region is under war. And of course, the violence that is exerted on the peoples, the sufferings that they go through, are of unspeakable nature. Even the most basic humanitarian conditions are not met in the region. And there is one more problem. We don't have the means to raise our voices and raise awareness globally. And when we try to raise awareness globally, we are always branded and labeled as the ones who are wrong. 5 years ago, I had to flee my homeland, and today, here I am, and I met a neighbor of mine today here at this conference. So when we are outside, that is to say, when we flee our countries, we lose our friends, we lose our brothers and sisters, and many of my friends from the past, unfortunately, have reached martyrdom, and this is so awful. But I would like to extend my gratitude to İMKANDER once again for giving us this opportunity to get together as brothers and siblings. And thank you for also giving us a platform to raise our opinions and express our sorrows. I believe this is a very meaningful step in our struggle towards a united Caucasus, and I believe this event is of great magnitude for the peoples of Caucasus. As you know, violence begets violence, and Russia right now is trying to sever its last ties in the region. And of course, the Northern Caucasus peoples are quite respectful of their elders, and they are a very modest people. But right now, the time has come to take a stance, because our children are saying that they do not wish to live like this in the future, and the younger generations are taking a stance, and they would like to engage in a struggle. Yes, they are patient peoples, but our patience is being tried. And in the Northern Caucasus region, this war is not fought in Chechnya only. The borders are much wider. In Chechnya, there is armed conflicts, and these conflicts are very active. But in other corners of the region, there are things that are happening. And in the entirety of the Northern Caucasus region, I believe that there are bands, bandits, and these people are struggling for freedom. But our people, our society needs to realize that we are peoples that share common values and a joint history. We need to share this message. Yes, this is a meaningful message, but but Russia is playing us against each other. We should refrain from this mistake. Yes, İMKANDER has exerted great courage, exhibited great courage in order to organize this event, because many of our brothers were massacred in Turkey, and it is a great courage on İMKANDER's part to organize this event and invite guests from all across the world. And to do this in a safe environment, it is no small feat. So I would like to thank the organizers once again for this courageous act. Today, unfortunately, not everyone can travel as freely as we can and go from one country to another. Many of our peoples are under great distress and oppression, and their most basic human rights and freedoms are being breached. Many times we wanted to organize conferences like this, but we were not supported in our for making this possible. Thank you. We also would like to thank Mr. Magomed for his valuable contributions. Toriev, Mr. Toriev said that the Russian terror is also present in Turkey, unfortunately, and under these circumstances, this event is organized. The Russian Federation um, is holding the whole region under siege, and also it is silencing its citizens, Russian citizens, human rights activists, and journalists who are speaking up. They are killing these people in and out of Russia, and also in Turkey, in Dubai, the Chechen Mujahideen are being massacred by the Russian powers, and unfortunately there is a great silence about this issue. And yes, Russia is a superpower, um, but unfortunately, this is silencing many states, many countries all across the globe, some of which are unfortunately Islamic states, and unfortunately people take this for granted. In the in Chechen Republic, in the Caucasus region, in other areas around the globe, if people are still resisting, um, then we should applaud these people, and we should lend a listening ear to these people's voices, and realize that their demands are legitimate, because otherwise these people would not be resisting, and we cannot possibly expect these people to submit to Russia's will and be subjects of the Russian Federation. The peoples in this region want to determine their own futures, and they have the perfect right to do so. And also, this silence needs to be broken, and let us raise our voices that this is not written in these people's destiny to be subjects and to be dependents. They should, and we should all raise our voices against this. And before setting our lands free, we should set our minds and souls free, and we should say no to imperialistic powers, be it US, Russia, or Israel, and reject oppression of all kinds, and reject oppression first and foremost within our own hearts. And by doing that, we will travel a great distance in terms of achieving independence, and hopefully then from there on the glorious Allah will help us in our endeavors. So with this sentiment, I would like to adjourn this session, and I would like to voice our solidarity once again to the peoples in the region, and wish Allah's grace upon the martyrs in the region. And also we would like to salute our brothers and sisters of this region that are scattered all across the nation. May Allah give them the opportunity to go back to their homeland, and let us all